Ødegaard, White. Martin Ødegaard, smashing goal! 2.5 minutes to save themselves. 2.5 minutes to keep it alive. There's a captain leading.
There's a brilliant finish. Again, patient play, but always looking to go.
Swept away. Trossard, Jesus, Nelson, Saka! 3-3, life! From their darkest hour! Leandro Trossard wriggling. Trossard has rattled the crossbar.
8 minutes is going to seem like a lifetime.
The end. The end. Make sense of that. Where on earth are we now? A night of dismay. A night of hope lost and restored. A night of salvation. A night of despair and elation. A night of such raw emotion. And at the end of it all, curiously, we are where we started. Ødegaard. White. Havertz! How they thirsted for that! In Arsenal's hour of urgent need, Kai Havertz got big. That's a mighty, mighty goal. Arsenal, top of the league, if only for one night. Boy, were they made to sweat. Right in the first half, Wies's equaliser, and then Havertz on 86. Arsenal have done their business. Now, Rebecca, now Liverpool and City, it's over to you. Floated in by Ericsson, Ramsdale through the crowd. 2-2! Lisandro Martinez has flung his frame at it and propelled it beyond Ramsdale into the top corner. Mate just about got through to Trossard, outside of whom is Zinchenko. Zinchenko, Ødegaard, it's in! Little touch on the line from Nketiah. And right at the death, the leaders have snatched it. Lieber. You wonder, truly you wonder, just how much that means. This could be defining. Boy, that matters. How much one little touch from Eddie Nketiah mattered. Saka takes. Rice! Has ripped it in! And embraces a massive moment! Declan Rice, a gunner for life! He has beaten Manchester United! He spent the money so well! And Declan Rice is one of them! Rashford couldn't take it. Vieira runs for the walls. Gabriel Jesus is by himself. It's Gabriel Jesus. He's sat down again and he's won the game. Bedlam. Mania. They have cranked it up and cranked it up yet more. They didn't just win it. They won it in style. A gunner's growl like rarely you have heard. Rice, baby! And the angel Gabriel stole it right at the end. That is why you pay big bucks. That is how big players grow on the biggest days. I'd say if he can release the pass, he's got Martinelli going. Gabriel Martinelli at full lick. Havertz. That's how it feels!
big moment for him.
And Arsenal are flying away from the champions. Gabriel's lost his boot. Haaland's not going to put him back on for him. Beautiful switch. Mary. What a hit! What a hit! What a star! What a game, what a scoreline. Arsenal have ripped up the champions. Van Dijk let it bounce, Martinelli showed an interest, and Martinelli rolled it in! Curious, and for Liverpool, catastrophic. How can that happen? Trossard is free here, clear of Elliott. Leandro Trossard has punctured Alisson on the streets of North London. They dream their dream. You grin or you grimace. Jurgen Klopp disbelieving. How can that happen? So much for Arsenal's dark December, so much for the wobble, so much for the supposition that it was seeping away. They can see it again, clearly, and it's a vision that he cherishes. They are re-engaged in it. 20 years since the last time, 20 years since the Invincibles. Arsenal are not going away. Arsenal are right in the thick of it again. Suddenly once more, Arsenal a principal contender as the wings of the Liver Bird are clipped. In so many ways, a peculiar game. Henderson, Thiago. Henderson, Jota, rolled up here for Bobby Firmino. It's 2-each. That's a sweet finish. It's a smashing game, and once more, it's anyone's. Against, statistically, his favourite opponent. That's the 10th goal Roberto Firmino has scored against Arsenal. And Xhaka, away by Van Dijk, they scream penalty, he gives a penalty, chaos and calamity in the Liverpool penalty area. Now this is one brave boy, Bukayo Saka, because this is one pressure penalty. These are broad shoulders, this is courage. Bukayo Saka, such poise, such noise. The end. What a wonderful match for Arsenal. What a wonderful win from Arteta. What a meaningful response from those players. What unity, what joy. From Saka, what poise in the moment that mattered most. I've given away to Rice. Now we've got a game! He pounced with poise! Embarrassment for Sanchez, uplift for Arsenal. Havertz again. And Saka. Bukayo Saka. And Arsenal are level! Leandro Trossard has tripped it blindside! A remarkable escape! And there are 6 minutes left to snatch more. It was compelling, utterly compelling. Through Chelsea eyes, perhaps the one that got away. But for Arsenal, it is a point chiselled out in adversity, which they may consider to be a hallmark of a would-be champion. Fabulous entertainment throughout, and a final score at the Rainy Bridge, Rebecca. Chelsea 2, Arsenal 2.
So here comes Martinelli, and he's coming on to replace Trossard, who's got himself a goal today. So runs into Saka, Zeni and Nketiah. Now Martinelli, bearing down on goal and scoring the before. Well, he's got a great personal scoring record for Arsenal against Crystal Palace. And he's come off the bench to put the icing on the cake on a very good day for Arsenal. 43 in what's turning into an absolutely fascinating and mouth-watering title race involving clubs who all feel that it could be their year. And here they come again. Martinelli's in again. Fine. It's turning into a rout for Arsenal, and Martinelli bags a brace off the bench. It's a double for Martinelli in less than 2 minutes, and Arsenal now lead 5-0 in stoppage time here at the Emirates. And for a team who'd had a lot of shots and hadn't scored many goals, they put that right today. And I think the look on the face of Roy Hodgson tells you many, many stories.
Thomas Partey hoisted forward towards Tomiyasu, and Kai Havertz, and Martinelli is in! It may be pivotal! Oh, that matters! How that matters! The moment! Ake the unfortunate, Arteta the animated, the Emirates within a couple of minutes of the result that most they crave, the one that might make the difference. Arsenal have cracked it! At last, Arsenal have cracked the City code. Arteta has it over Guardiola, and the race is ripped wide open. The champions are floored. Gabriel Martinelli with the moment. An afternoon that was mean, ungenerous, stingy, locked in, was unlocked at the very end. And Arsenal have their way.
Jorginho! Oh, he's in! Oh, it's gone in! What a moment for Arsenal! Jorginho's shot off the crossbar, off the back of the goalkeeper and in! And this could be a... Now the break's on for Fabio Vieira, and they're flooding forward. Martinelli through the middle. Martinelli has an open goal. He's celebrating before he scored it. And Arsenal get a fourth. And Arsenal heading back to the top of the table. And Arsenal have come to Villa Park today, and they've shown the character of champions. Full time. What a game. What a game. Handshake between the current manager and the former manager.
Saka. Ødegaard squeezes it in. Feel the relief. The skipper made it happen. Sheer will. He was obliged. They were obliged. And Martin Ødegaard found the way. There's Pereira. Oh, it's a smashing header. Equally good save. Back in by Tekle Toverreed. Ramsdale robust. Mitrovic, an ever-present threat. Martinelli, beautifully weighted ball. And Nketiah's on his way here. It's Eddie Nketiah. Bit of oomph about him. Martinelli's corner. Leno came again. Gabriel scored! And from behind, Arsenal lead. They reach out for further perfection. Guilty at one end, greedy at the other. Gabriel, villain to hero. Arsenal win it by sheer force of personality. They are still perfect. They are still top. They trailed to Alexander Mitrovic, but as winning teams do, they found a little bit more. And you find yourself wondering this time, Rebecca, you find yourself wondering whether this time Arsenal are the real deal. Winners again, 2-1. Ødegaard has set it for Vieira. Zinchenko, Odegaard, Saka, Trossard scores! Oh, that's sharp! That is deliciously sharp, and Arsenal at last have their way. Finally, Arsenal make good at Goodison. At last, Mikel Arteta wins a game at the home of former friends. Leandro Trossard came up with a moment of second-half class which decided it. It was vintage Arsenal on a day much of which was spent with Arsenal somewhat blunted. It only took a moment to turn Gladys Street glum again.
And Didi. Oh, it's beautifully done! That is magnificent from James Justin. Oh, what a sensational goal. His first one might have been a bit fortunate, but that was top draw. Saliba almost on the toes of the goalkeeper this time. And it's gone in. Leandro Trossard takes the acclaim. The late show from Arsenal at the Emirates. Jesus, confronted by Fas. Flag has gone up. Goal has been disallowed. Well, Leicester were gambling. And the cheer. Arsenal digging deep to emerge from this one with the win to keep the pressure on Manchester City.
Martinelli takes it on now for Arsenal and pulls it across and off the bar from Smith Rowe. Oh, it's been won back, Gabriel Jesus. Havertz to the left of him, Odegaard to the right. And it's in! Arsenal in front. They lead with 2 minutes to go. Finally, they found a way through. Havertz with the goal.
Yeah, it's a break. Jesus releases Odegaard, who takes a heavy touch.
Well, Arsenal win the game, but not the title. Not meant to be. They fall just short. It will sting, it will hurt. They have given everything. A team with so much to be proud of.
Havertz. And now half of the field belongs to Leandro Trossard for Arsenal. And Trossard seals the deal. On the hostile territory of his former home. 3 goals, 3 points for Arsenal. And they for sure are the overnight leaders. Arsenal style, Arsenal substance. Arsenal again, the ace at the top of the pack. Well might he smile. They had control, they had impetus, they have momentum. They have immense talent. But for Arsenal, top of the league, Smashville.
Open eye, feel the waves cut through me, hypnotized by the sounds I'm breathing in. Hold tight, chemicals collide. Hold tight.